Yo, what's up? What's up? I've been meaning to address this issue for the longest time, but every time I keep on postponing, and today I told myself there's no better day or better opportunity to just do it. So I am actually trying to arrange my things. I'm going through my files, my books. I'm trying to put my house in order. It's very late in the night. I don't have sleep. I was feeling a lot of pain, so I got here to keep myself busy and also to just do something productive while at it. So someone actually asked how I did it, and they asked how did I do what. Um, exactly 1 year ago, I was I was a mess. I was a total mess. I was at a point in my life where I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't even know how to go about life. All I did was just to exist. I was just existing. And every passing day, I would just thank God for the fact that I was breathing and that it was a new day. I really didn't have goals. I really didn't have plans. There was totally nothing for me. I wasn't scared of anything. I wasn't worried about anything. I was just asking God for an opportunity to just live one more day. Every new day, my prayer was, thank you, God, for this day. Please add me another day. But then when it came to the end of the year and I was still there on the 31st of December 2022, I asked God for one thing. I told God, since you have seen me through this year up to this point, and this strong, I wasn't physically strong, like physically strong, but I was mentally strong, I was emotionally strong, and I felt that I was at a space where I could now negotiate my goals. I could now plan for things. So I asked God for grace, I asked Him for good health, and I asked Him for long life. And He is a man of His words. I normally call Him Daddy. I mean, He's my dad. So I called Him to a meeting and I told Him, Daddy, this and this and this is what I want. So my priority for the year 2023 was to have a good health. Another thing I wanted to have in 2023 was to regain my strength, my physical strength. And I asked God, because in 2022, I bought some clothes. I sell clothes. So every time I go thrifting, I could put aside some pieces and I'd be like, ini yangu, this is mine and all that. So in 2022, I bought clothes in February. And that was when I started feeling weak. I was on and off hospital. But there were those clothes that I said, this one, I'm going to wear it because I'd already started losing weight. So I was like, I'm going to keep these. I bought them oversized. So I knew, like, because I normally get down for like a month or two, Yeah, so I get down for like a month or two, but then I normally regain. So this particular moment, I knew I was going to just stay down for a few weeks or so because I could feel my body like I was gone. So I told God, in 2022 I wasn't able to wear my clothes. Now it's 2023. God, give me my physical strength back, give me good health, and give me my body back. And you know, He's a God of His word, and He's a promise keeping God. And when you diligently ask, He answers. So I'm a firm believer that God is who He says He is, because that's what He has been to me. He has never ever disappointed me. He has never failed me. There's no single time in my life where I've just prayed to God and He failed to answer me. He might not give me exactly what I want, but He will direct me in the right direction. So I called unto Him and I told Him, Daddy, I need my body back. I need my strength and I need good health. And at around March, actually in February 2023, I was a bit stronger and I realized I could travel because I went to see my very good friend Jennifer. And that was a milestone to me. I tried out these clothes that I hadn't worn for like a year or so. And in as much as it wasn't fitting that well because it was big, but I could breathe inside it. Like it could hold me well. So that was a milestone to me, and it was more of an encouragement. Another thing that happened was my skin tone was coming back. I had turned very dark, which is not normally my usual complexion, but I was okay with that. I guess that was because of medication and all that mess that was there. So in March, I realized I was outgrowing the clothes that I had at that moment. Then now I started digging into my oversized collection, and a few pieces were fitting. And I was like, yeah, Daddy, you're doing me justice. So I sat myself down again and I wrote what I wanted to do. And this time around, I wasn't having a long-term goal. I was having like monthly goals, monthly targets. These were things I wanted to do on a monthly basis. In April, all I wanted to do was to have a healthy diet because I have a very delicate heart, and I realized aside from whatever I was dealing with that time, my heart got me more trips to the hospital. So I sat myself down, and I remember the wise man once told me to make food my medicine before I make medicine my food. So this time I was intentionally feeding. I sat myself down and I told myself, if I don't do this, this won't happen. If I do this, this will happen. So I was focusing on the positive, and I realized, in as much as it's painful to let go of those funny eating habits like eating sugars and all that, when you are a sweet tooth, you'd understand what I'm talking about. I realized I was getting more complications from the food that I was eating other than the disease itself. So I started toning down on like my sugar intake, my protein levels, and every other thing came to balance. And I was in check as at April 2023. My calves were coming back. That's just by the way. But my body was already coming back. I was already regaining. I was gaining weight. I was doing much, much better than I was like in the previous months, or maybe a month earlier. That was in March. So fast forward, May, June, July, I don't know what happened, but it was very, very big, like big. Very big, I mean, compared to what I used to be in a few months, that was great. It was a great improvement. So I got encouraged and I went back to God and I told him, Daddy, I like what you're doing. I don't know what you have in store for me, but I trust you. And it was at that moment that I realized it wasn't just about the 3 prayers that I had made. I also needed emotional check. So at this point, I was on and off emotionally. Like I was getting emotionally unstable. I didn't know what to hold on to. I didn't know what to let go of. I didn't know what to like just pray over. I didn't know what to wait on. So many things were happening. I had an emotional roller coaster, and I realized it took me so much to just, it really costed me, like it costed me a lot of things to get emotionally checked. So I realized I was keeping a lot of toxic people around me. I was dealing with so much negativity because I'm the type of a person who cares so much about other people. So at this point, I realized I had neglected myself because I could find myself going overboard for someone with whom, if things were to turn around, they wouldn't even skip for me, like just jump for me. So I sat myself down again in another serious meeting, and this time it was me with me, not with any other person. I didn't even call God on this because this was mine to carry. I sat myself down and I asked myself, if things were to turn around, would these people be there for me? If tables were to turn, would these people still stand in the same space that I am in their lives? Not like I expect anything in return when I do something for someone, but it comes a point in our lives when you have to choose yourself. You have to like just close your eyes and kiss your past goodbye, because your tomorrow could be better without some people in your life. So I analyzed the people I had, right from friendships, relationships, family. It was a hard one on me. I had to like declutter my social circle. And it took me a while because there are those people I would let go of, and then now I would find myself missing them. I find myself going back to them. But at this particular point in my life, that was on the 28th of July, something terrible happened. I got thoroughly blackmailed. It wasn't a blackmail, really. It was more of a betrayal. Anyway, all of that combined. And I asked myself, how did I get here? Because I was in a complete mess. It took God's grace and God's hand to get me out of that situation. It's not something I would want to talk about in camera, but it was bad. Trust me, it was really, really bad. Yeah, so I'm betrayed and I'm left to start afresh. And this time, I'm starting alone. And I told myself, whatever has happened is out of my control. There's nothing I can do. And no matter how turbulent the depth of the ocean is, as long as the surface is calm, trust me, you'll sail through. So I told myself, yeah, getting back up. I don't know how, I don't know when, but we have to get back up. So fast forward to 3rd of August, I looked around me and I realized I was still in the same environment, just that this time I wasn't with these people because I'd literally let go of everyone. So my first step was to move. And by moving, I needed to find a new house, a new location, and just go away from everyone. So I shifted to a very, very far off place. Trust me when I say it's far, it's far. Yes, I can access the social amenities, everything that I need, I can access it. But I'm in a place where I find peace. I'm in a place where it's like I'm beginning life afresh. I'm in a space where I only interact with the people I choose to interact with. And then I got myself to a safe space whereby you don't call me, I call you. Except for this chosen few that I had decided to live in my life. So I made sure I kept the right social network. And the extras, unless we meet physically, I don't exist, you don't exist. And that brought me peace. And boom, here we are today. I regained my body double the size I used to be before I got sick. So at times life happens and it changes us completely. I remember at some point I asked myself when I was down, like, will I ever get back up? Because there was no hope. You know, when you're down, like, you have nowhere else to go to. All you see is down, and you're already down. So that was my situation back then. Just thank God I'm here today to just thank the few friends, the few genuine friends. I'm here to thank my family members. I'm here to thank every good person that I have met in the last 3 months. It's been amazing. It's been faithful. It's been a faithful journey. Like, it's been one life of full of intentions. I've lived intentionally, as opposed to kitambo. I used to just exist. This time I live knowing that tomorrow is not promised and that yesterday is gone. So I live every day at a time. I live one moment at a time. I live one day at a time. And this is something I would like to advise someone who doesn't know what tomorrow looks like. Please stop worrying about tomorrow. You are not there yet. Let tomorrow take care of itself. Take care of you today. Take care of you for now. And just let life flow. One day at a time. Thank you.